Hi guys, welcome back to Heritage Hollow Homestead. I'm out here today getting ready to start onion seeds. And I have already started some, and my idea behind starting several sets is that I will be able to offset when I'm planting my onions so I can continually be getting a harvest of onions, okay? So I have onion seeds here. First, I want to take a minute. I want to talk to you about reasons why you should consider, about a few reasons why you should consider starting your onions from seeds. So for several years, as long as I can remember, honestly, I always just went to the garden store, feed store, whatever, and I would buy onion sets. So onion sets, you've probably seen them. They look like teeny tiny little onion bulbs. They're like little bulbs. You get a scoop and you scoop them up. They weigh them. You pay for them by the pound. You bring them home and you just simply go along and you plop them in the ground. Okay, this is one of my kids' favorite things to plant in the garden, and they just love planting onions that way. But the problem with the little onion sets is that those are actually in their second year of growth. So an onion set was started the year before, grown until it was that big, and then they are overwintered. And then when you buy them and put them back in the ground, that becomes their second growing season. And because of that, onions go to flower or go to seed the second year that they grow, okay? So when you buy the little sets, you plant them. They have stored energy, but they do not have enough stored energy for their second year to grow a really large onion bulb. Instead, in their second year of growth, onions are going to put all their energy into going to flower, going to seed, to produce flower. It will not have enough energy to produce really big bulbs. So for many years, I've planted onions with, okay results. Like, they grew, we ate them. They did not store very well. I would braid my onions, store them in a cool, dark place, and they still just wouldn't last very long. So I happened upon this article a few years ago about onions and how if you start them from seed, you will grow much larger onions, and they will store much longer once you dry them out and go to store them. So it is a win-win to start from onion seeds, as well as it is cheaper, of course. Super simple. This is one of the easiest things you can possibly start from seed. I don't know why more people don't do this. And yeah, it's cheaper, it's super easy. You don't need a heat lamp, you don't need anything special to start your onion seeds, okay? Except just a windowsill, some dirt, some seeds. So let's get right into it. I'm going to show you. I have yellow, I don't know if that'll zoom in. Let's see here. Well, anyway, these are yellow Spanish sweet onions from seedcatalog.com. I started these 2 weeks ago, and you can see they are doing great, okay? So this is how I started these. I'm going to walk you step by step and show you how I started these, okay? And let me just talk about the container for a minute. This is actually just a, like a food to go pan. I bought this at the Dollar Tree, and it comes with a plastic lid that goes on top. So for $1, that was a super easy way to start these in, because if you can see here, there's lots of them, and once they get grown to a certain length, I will be able to just transplant these, okay? So they don't need to be in individual little cells. So today, I don't have another one of those. Today I actually saved a plastic kind of container from a cake, and I'm going to start my seeds in that. But first I'm going to get the soil ready. I want to show you how to do that and show you what kind of soil you need to buy. Okay, so here I have a bucket of soil, Okay. I'm using a seed starting Jiffy mix. Okay, using that. I've poured that in here. It is very dry. I'm going to add some water. Alright, and we are just going to mix that around. Okay, until it is nice and moist. Okay, so I have that. I'm going to add that to my container. Okay, and by moist I mean it's like a sponge. It will just hold there in your hand, but it's not dripping wet. I really have to squeeze it to get a little bit of water to come out. So you can hear that. It's very squishy, very moist. Alright, I'm going to add that to my little container here, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay. So, I have just a plastic container. It actually came from the bakery. It was actually over a cake, but this will do just fine. And to start my onion seeds, I am going to take them out. Okay, I'm going to show you what they look like here. See those? Alright, I am going to simply be sprinkling these around my soil. Okay, so they're there, they're just on top, and then I'm just going to add some soil to the top of this. Okay, by just sprinkling it across the top. Okay, see, I'm just sprinkling this. Okay, I'm just sprinkling this just enough to cover those onion seeds, okay? Alright guys, that is it. That is all I need to do to get these onion seeds started in this soil. Because I don't have a actual clear lid to go over this, I'm going to cover this with plastic wrap to really to hold in the moisture until these germinate, and then I can remove it. Okay, got some plastic wrap here. And I am just going to cover it up. We're just going for it like sort of like a greenhouse effect here, okay? Okay, like that. And the great thing about onions is you do not need a heat lamp not a heat lamp, a grow light. There we go. To start your onions. The onions are a cool weather crop, so they don't mind at all being in around 60 to 70 degree areas. So it's plenty warm enough in here. So I'm just going to leave this sitting here, and they will germinate in about a week. And that will be that. They will sprout. So you could also take your container of onion seeds, set them in a window, which is actually that's where these started out. I set them in the window of my garage with a cover on it, just like that. I set them in my window, and about a week in, they germinated. They all started to pop their cute little heads up, and here they are. So they don't need really warm soil, unlike tomatoes or peppers. Onions only need the soil to be around 60 degrees for them to germinate. So they are the perfect thing to start in a windowsill. So super easy. I hope that you will give this a try instead of buying onion sets this year. And whenever your onions start to get really tall, well, can you see all these little dots? That is the actual little seeds. That's the shell of the seed. that is on top of them. Once they get grown pretty tall, see these are starting to fall over because they were hitting the top of my plastic, I can give them a haircut. I'll come back through here and I will cut all of these back. And what that will do is that will encourage root growth, which is where we want the growth, right? We want the big onion. We don't need really big, fancy green stems, so we will cut these back, and that will encourage the plants to send more energy downward. So next time I come out here, I'll bring my scissors. I'll cut these all back, just trim them back a little bit, and yeah, they'll be good. I'll just keep letting them grow, and then here in a few weeks I'll show you how we transplant these into the garden. I actually have some behind me that I've already grown, and they're almost ready to harvest, and I will show you those as well. Alright guys, down here are the onions that have already been started. If you can see those, they are doing, my snow peas are taking over here, so whoops, they are doing great though. If you can see them down there. So about 3 more weeks and these will be ready to come out, and then the other ones can go in. Okay guys, that is how you start onions from seed. Super simple. Don't be afraid to try it. You won't regret it. You'll get bigger onions and they will store much longer if you start your onions from seed. I hope you'll give it a try. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe and check out some more of our videos, and we'll have many more seed starting videos coming up soon. Spring is right around the corner and I'm super excited. I hope you are too. Get out there, make some plans to start your own garden. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.